Hey, what's up guys? This is Fronz. I said I would answer 10 questions, but I think I'm gonna answer 13 questions because that's a lucky number, isn't it? Some of you actually had some good fucking questions. It's been a while since I made a little video, so I'm kicking it here at home. I'm repping the Braves, but I'm living in Orlando, so you know what it is. Alright, question 1. How did you get so good at screaming fast? Okay, well, it's kind of a random story, but I used to work at Starbucks a long time ago, and I was really hopped up on caffeine, and I just wanted to see if I could scream really fast. So I wrote some lines that were super fast, twista fast, and I nailed it, and I could just do really fast rhythms, so I just decided to incorporate it in the music. If rappers can do it, I can do it. Alright, question 2. What made you want to be the vocalist of a band? Well, pretty much it all started when I was probably like 13 or so. I tried playing a bunch of instruments, and I kind of just sucked at everything, so my friends didn't want to kick me out of the band, so they were just like, alright Franz, you can just do vocals, and you know, I found out I wasn't too bad at it. I was really young when I started, but I wasn't half bad, so I started doing vocals, and I kept practicing, and I ended up getting pretty good. Question 3. Is having Blaze going to affect your career with Attila? No, it's not. A lot of people in bands have kids, and it's not a bad thing at all. It doesn't really affect the band at all in any way. I mean, being in Attila and touring and playing music is my job, and I mean, most dads have jobs, don't they? It doesn't really affect anything. Still going to tour just as much. How do you warm up your voice for a show? Okay, well, I used to not warm up at all, and I realized how bad it was. You really do need to warm up if you're playing shows, especially if you're on tour a lot. I personally, as well as many of my friends that are also vocalists, I use the Melissa Cross Zen of Screaming warm-ups. It's a very good set of warm-ups, and it helps out a lot. So you don't really realize how much of a difference it makes until you start doing it. But warm-ups definitely keep your voice in top condition, and I highly suggest if you do vocals that you should get into a regular vocal warm-up routine if you want your voice to last. Have you ever lost your voice on tour or felt like it was going to give out during a show? A long time ago when we first started touring, I think I might have lost my voice like once. I've never not played a show because of it. But I don't have a problem. My voice is always in good condition. Like I said, I do warm-up, so you should never really have a problem with your voice if you're doing vocals the proper way. Question 6. What is the craziest thing I've ever done when I was drunk? Okay, well, unfortunately there's a lot of things I can't really tell, but I'll tell you one story. One time we were in Manhattan, New York, and I was pretty fucking drunk walking around those streets, and I decided that I was gonna make some money. So I walked into the pizza place just while everyone was in there. I took the oregano container and I dumped it out on the table, and then I took out a joint paper, rolled a fat ass joint of oregano, walked out the door, went to a homeless person, and I actually hustled a homeless person. I got about $5 or so off of him, and dipped out and went to buy more alcohol with the money from the fake joint I sold to the homeless guy. Question 7. What is the craziest or scariest fan experience? This is a good question. We've actually had multiple occasions where people have followed us from a show, and I kid you not, people will actually do that. If they find out what we're driving in, they will follow us. One time, it was this drunk guy, and he was just trying to come hang. He was trying to follow us, and we had to keep telling him, like, look, we're leaving. We're going to the next state. Don't follow us. He kept following us and following us and following us, just drunk driving, swerving all over the highway, and eventually we just looked behind, and he was gone after about 45 minutes, so maybe he wrecked or something. Another occasion, someone followed us. We were going to our friend's house, and this was still like 30 or 45 minutes from where we played, but someone was just persistent, and they followed our van the entire way, and we got out at our friend's house to go catch some showers and sleep, and he came out of his car too, and we were just like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? We don't know you, and why are you following us? I don't know. People get a little crazy sometimes. Question 8. What are some places in the world that Attila hasn't played yet that you would like to tour? Okay, that's a good question too. There's 3 main places that I really want to go to. One being Japan, the second being Australia, and the third being South America. We get hit up a lot from Brazil, and I'm really interested to go there and see what it's like in South America. Also, I have a feeling that we're going to really like Australia because everything I've heard about it is that it's pretty much just a huge party continent, and that sounds pretty cool. I think we'll have fun and fit in well in Australia. And Japan, of course, just because I like how friendly the Japanese people are, and my favorite food is sushi. So I know that sushi is the best in Japan, so I'm excited to go out there and drink some sake and get some sushi with my Jap friends. What are some of your favorite bands? Well, some of my favorite bands personally would be Meshuggah, Deftones, After the Burial. I've always been an Amir fan. It was good to tour with them on All Stars. But to be honest with you, I really listen to a bunch of 80s music. So 80s would have to be my favorite music. Question 10. What was your first time smoking like? Well, I was 13 years old, I believe, in middle school, getting ready to go into high school. And me and 2 other friends decided that we were going to try this so-called weed. So we met up and had a little sleepover or whatever. We didn't really know too much about weed, but we did know that people smoked blunts. So we rolled a blunt for each of us. So it was 3 of us, the first time smoking, all 3 of us, and we all 3 had a personal blunt to the head. You can probably imagine how that went for your first time smoking. We ended up getting higher than the moon, and I thought I was the Crocodile Dundee, and we got paranoid because we heard sirens and we thought that the police were coming after us, and we ended up hiding in the woods for about 2 hours. All right, question 11. Somebody asked, who would win in a fight, me or Adam Oceano? Have you ever fucking seen Adam before? He's a close friend of mine, but his arms are tree trunks, and he would probably pop my fucking skull and smash it in one hit. So I think you could probably figure that one out. I've been on tour with Adam a couple times, and he's one of my best friends, but he also lifts more weight and works out more than any human I've ever met. He could probably just take my head, go like this, and pop it. I'm pretty sure he would win and hurt me very bad. Question 12. Are you involved in any side projects? Well, I'm not really involved in any side projects except for I'm gonna dabble with some solo stuff on the side. I have a vision of my screams and raps and all kinds of stuff over kind of like heavy electronica music, heavy screaming rap, crazy shit. I can't really give away any info or get into details yet. You'll just have to wait and see for yourself. And the last question is, Fronz, are you really gonna make a Look at Me Now cover? Yes, I sure as fuck am. Yes, I fucking am. I fucking am. I can't exactly tell you when it's gonna come out. I'm trying to record it and get it done before the Rock Yourself to Sleep tour. If you're thinking, well, why don't you just do it right now on the computer? That's because I want to do a legitimate cover, and so the first step is going to be creating the music for it, and then I have to find a good place to record. It's going to happen. I wasn't shitting you. Thank you guys for asking all the questions. Keep in touch with me. Follow me on Twitter if you aren't already. Also, I've got a Facebook page, and check out my clothing line, Stay Sick. And I look forward to seeing everyone on Rock Yourself to Sleep tour. If you ever have a question or you want to just ask me anything, feel free to reply on Twitter and ask something. I'm not really a douchebag like all the press makes me out to be, and I like to talk with people and answer your questions. Adios, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you spread the word, pass it on to some friends. Bleh.